Hello gamers and welcome back to Auto-TerraFirmaCraft. This is episode 10 and last episode was a mammoth one. We built this little machine behind us right here, our automated digging machine, and we took it out into the world and did a lot of hole digging. Basically, we turned the world into Swiss cheese, got ourselves a bunch of resources. We also upgraded our wood farm considerably. That was previously just making charcoal, and it continues to do so. The charcoal is filling up, maybe even overflowing at this point. So we've got whole double chests, and this vault is getting very full. And we also made it produce the different lumber types. So we've got chestnut, hickory, and rosewood, as well as the logs we can get with these switches, and a whole bunch of sticks, which are turning into this enormous pile of stick bundles over here. And then these double chests are all full up with lumber as well. So we've got so much of this stuff now. Everything's going great. We also worked on our house, animals, did a bit of planting in between episodes here. We tidied up the hole inside, moved in, and boy, have I been smelting, because we used our drilling machine to get a lot of iron. Probably used a little over half of it and smelted all of those. Look at all of these iron ingots, 64, 64, 43. Pretty healthy. Had to make a few more hammers and stuff because we destroyed all of those making them. Made some more everlasting torches. And yeah, I think that catches you up to where we are. Oh, and I planted everything. So we put all of our plants out because it is now springtime. April 4th right now. Spring is in bloom. The fruit trees are in blossom. We should be getting some fruits relatively soon. And everything is looking good. We still haven't found a replacement male duck though. Sad trombone. Sorry, little female duck. We will find one eventually, don't you worry. So, the objectives today. We need to upgrade this drilling machine. We need to make it bigger, better, and we need to go out in the world and find a lot more of the deposits that we had previously done by prospecting and use it to excavate all of that out of the earth, basically, and see what else we can find in the process. So, that's goal number one. The second goal is I want to get to steel. Now, we've got iron. I just showed you the gigantic iron bar. Oh, no. My tree died. Did I just punch it? Oh, hopefully it can grow again. I quite like that. I think I just accidentally punched it out of existence. Anywho, steel. Yes. We're going to need some special materials to do steel. It's going to be a bit of a journey to get there, but it's the next big evolution of metals, and there's some specific components and things in this world we're going to need to make using steel that we can't today. Let's have a little look at some of that. So we're going to need steel ingots. To get to steel ingots, we're going to need... The main thing we really want to get to is a crucible here. A crucible is needed in order to work with a lot of these materials at higher temperatures. And we don't have one of these yet. And to make one of these, we need clay, fire clay block, which we haven't been able to get because to get a fire clay block, we need fire clay, which requires graphite, kaolinite, and clay. Kaolinite we haven't found because it comes from a specific mineral. However, we've got the crushing wheels now. So how do we get kaolinite? We can crush pink sand. Pink sand, I think we can do. That's amazing, because this has been a massive bottleneck for us. We haven't found any kaolina in the world, and despite searching, I don't think I've got any pink sand here. This is all brown. Let's go check what these labels are. That's red sand. Red sand, red sand. Okay, so it's not in this specific biome right next door, as far as I can tell. But that seems doable. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find pink sand because it's on the surface. It's very visible, right? So it's going to be a funky beach or another one of these types of biomes with a slightly different composition. We'll find it, and we're going to get to kaolina. The other thing we need there was graphite powder, right? So we haven't found that either. Diamonds, you can get it from diamonds or just graphite, and I don't think we've found graphite yet. So that's the other bottleneck we'll hopefully try and solve today. There's no way to get graphite, I assume, other than digging it out of the ground. Yeah. There's also some other things we haven't done yet before that I want to do today. Our cow was born. Look, we've got a baby cow. It is a bull, unfortunately, so we're going to have two bulls, but hopefully The next one is pregnant again, so we'll get another cow, hopefully. We need to slaughter some pigs today, because if I walk by here with any food, they all follow me, and we actually got some pork already because of entity cramming. There's so many of them, we need to take care of that as well. First things first, I think we're going to extend this guy and make it as big as we can. So we're going to extend our drilling machine. We need more drills, and drills need a lot of cast iron ingots and igneous alloy and igneous casing. Now, we used all of our igneous alloy here previously, and we can make some more today. So I've taken some iron off the top already, converted them. We've got 49 cast iron ingots right there. And then igneous alloy is the other thing. So previously, all the igneous alloy we were making had come from nickel. And nickel, we were totally out of. We used it all. Last episode, we completely exhausted the mine. We took our mining machine down and took it. And we haven't found any more in the world. However, nickel is not the only thing we can use to make this. We can also use zinc, which we've got a bit of. We can also use iron, which we've got a boatload of. So I've just crushed a bunch more. Should be ready to go in here. We're going to need some magma, which we've got in here. So using all of this, we should be able to make a good amount. So we can mix all that together, get some igneous alloy on the go, and see how much we get out of this. That will probably determine the number of drills we can get, because we also need to use this igneous alloy to make igneous casing, and we've got 18 of that already, so yeah, it's only going to go so far. Okay, 32, 32, 32, and 6. Not too shabby. We need 3 for each drill. That's at least 30 drills. Probably enough. 49 cast iron ingots. Maybe if we make another 30 drills, maybe that should be enough for the time being. So our next new bottleneck is going to be magma, which we can only make from granite, diorite, gabbro, rhyolite, basalt, andesite, or dacite. Basically have almost none of those. Yeah, basically only dacite. The rest of these don't work. So we're going to need a lot more raw stone in order to make more magma in the future. Nice, that's a good stack and a bit of igneous casing. Let's grab our cast iron ingots and let's craft us a whole bunch of drills. 16. We're already out of igneous alloy. 23 we got to make. Not too shabby. Okay, so I've just learned something. From a cobble, we can actually make... We can make raw stone from cobble. This is news to me, which will allow us to get more magma, because mining the stone and mining every block around it to make it drop is a pain. And cobble we have an absolute butt ton of. Here's a load of granite cobble, for example, because that comes from the stones. So if we just make a heating thingamajig. Now the little picture showed lava, but I don't think it matters whether it's lava or just fire. Maybe it speeds it up if it is lava. If we can only do this with lava, we're stuck, because we can't move lava currently. We haven't found any, actually, I don't think. And yeah, we can't move it. We need buckets, which we need steel. This doesn't appear to be working. Wait. Hold on a minute. We can just heat granite cobble? It turns... I thought I needed... okay. We can just cook cobble? It's white hot, that's all we need to do? You gotta be kidding me. I can't believe I didn't realize this before. Okay, yellow, white. Let's push these over the top. Take them to white. There they are, they're white hot. Turn to car. Oh my goodness. This is a game changer. How did I not realize this was a thing? Oh my goodness. Let's get them both on the go. Let's get this party cooking and make as much magma as we can. I just thought it was stone. We needed raw stone, and I wasted so much stone cooking the stuff up when I could have just used cobble. Lesson learned. Read the recipes properly. So that, combined with the realization we can also make our igneous alloy from rich hematite as well, from iron. That's just made igneous alloy a much more obtainable material for us going forwards. Assuming we can continue to find more raw iron, which so far hasn't been a problem. Okay, a bit more igneous alloy created, more on the go. This does take a while, but it is worth it. While we're waiting, we did get another very useful comment. Once again, this time it was more cobble-based stuff. Apparently we can wash cobble. So if you look at the cobble recipe here, this is granite cobble, bulk washing. Look at all this stuff we can get out of it. So only a small % chance of getting some stuff, but this is really interesting. I didn't realize this was possible. Is it the same for all of them? Yeah, they all give off different things. Interesting. And here's me, I've just been throwing away tons of stone, especially from the drill, so I should probably keep it all in the future. For now, let's just bung a couple of leaves in here and just see what comes out of it. Oh, check it out. We've got a bunch of minerals. Gold, silver, copper, and iron. Interesting. Right, we're going to be doing that going forward, so we're going to be bringing home all of our stone and washing it wherever possible. They're only small pieces, but that will add up. It's basically free, so yeah, we don't want to be looking a gift horse in the mouth, do we? And we're out here cooking our pork in the rain, and yeah, we dealt with the pigs, but we're not going to put that on camera. We'll save you that. Okay, that's a fair amount of backup igneous alloy. That should do us for the time being. I think we're about ready to go out into the world, and we can head out to a site somewhere on the map where we're going to try another mining activity and extending the size of our drill machine. Okay, so we've come out here to where the iron mine is on the beach because it's nice and flat, and we're just going to extend this about as much as we can. So that's already 10. Well, that didn't go very far at all, did it? It's bigger, I guess, but we need a lot more drills. So I have actually installed a free cam mod in here that I found that works with this. So we should be able to just like head on down there and have a little look. See the machine passing by, see what we came up with. So we've got some caves here. Oh, some more caves here. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, lava. That is a big lava lake. Wow. And looks like, yeah, we ran out of storage space at the bottom here. There didn't appear to be anything down here. It's very dark. My goodness, that was close. If we had run into this, that could have been devastating. But this is gorgeous. This is the first time I've seen lava in the game, I think. Nice, lots of iron, lots of rock, lots of sand and rock and rock and rock and rock. So a decent amount of iron from that. So I think what we're going to do is pick up the machine and take it home as is, and then we can take all of this stuff and wash it and see what additional materials we get out of it by going through that process. Because this place isn't very far from home. Okay, I'm out looking for ores. I did find some garneritites, which is good news, but give us a bit more nickel. And I found 3 sheep, including our first ram. Never had one of those. So home is 1,500 meters in that direction. Just going to walk these guys back, and we can finally start breeding sheep. And this will get us a lot more wool. Oh, this is going very bad. I lost a sheep. The good one. The male sheep. I think that's the one I really needed. I can't breed them anymore. And just dragging these around has been a disaster. The lead breaks so frequently. But we'll see if we can get these two back at least. Oh, we are home. My goodness, that was an absolute nightmare. The leads must have broken about 50 times. We're here. We picked up another nanny goat on the route. We did lose our male sheep. Oh, look. No. Our male sheep today. I didn't realise. Check it out. Amazing. We can breed sheep, finally. We're going to need a bigger pen for them then. While we are on our journey, his home, we actually found an iron deposit up here on the ground. So there's stuff relatively close to home that we didn't realise was there before. So that's exciting too. We may go out mining. Speaking of mining, check it out. We have now extended the machine. We made a whole load more drills, all the materials we just gathered. And yes, this thing is 11 by 8, 88. 88 drills. Amazing. We're happy with that. We can now take our machine out into the world, maybe to the little place just north of us we just discovered, and see exactly what we can find there. Well. I'm just coming out to get back to that iron deposit I found. I found a chicken and a llama. What is the llama doing here? Oh, what's that? That looks like a dire wolf. We can leave that. But you guys I'd really like to take home. So I'm going to bring some food and some leads back here. Okay, back to the iron. There's a fair few nuggets around on the floor here. Must be deep. Prospect to pick because there's nothing on the surface. So I really don't want to remove all of these trees. I'm hoping I can just place this on scaffolding high enough and it will do its thing. Okay, let's turn her on and let's send her down. See what she comes up with. So she's going to get the wood as well, I guess. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, there's the iron. Great, and we've hit some water caves. Interesting, that was pretty deep. Oh, there's a big old, it's in the water, look at that. There's a big old cave full of iron right there. That's fantastic. Right next to our home as well. Oh look, there's even lava all the way down there. Wow. It's a pretty big vein as well. Look, it's huge. Comes all the way from over here. Stretches all the way diagonally down here. We're still picking up some at this depth. It's a pretty big lava lake dead under where I'm drilling. But there's nothing down here. Absolutely nothing. I am starting to think, I mean, no ores, no minerals, nothing to mine. I haven't seen anything of use other than stone at the very bottom of the world with all the excavation and now free camming we've done. So I'm more and more convinced that there's no value in going down that deep. So we're way past the vein now. I think we're going to go turn this off, bring it back up, see what we got. Yep, decent amount of iron there. Whole lot of stone we can do some washing with. This is all slate. Slate cobble. Slate cobble we can wash. Silver sphalerite. Okay, copper, zinc and silver. Alright, mining expedition. Output is processed. So we had a lot of cobble to make up from all the stone which we washed to get the minerals. And all of those excess minerals are all here. So we've got lots of copper, gold, zinc and silver. A little bit of extra iron there. This is all the iron we got out of it. Nearly a full double chest of crushed raw iron. That's a lot. And we also got a whole bunch of white sand from crushing all the gravel that came out of there. So nothing went to waste. We used it all. And that is impressive. We got a lot of iron now, including all of this here, which still remains uncrushed. So we won't need iron for a little while. Having done this once though, I don't ever want to do that again. That was really painful because I have to move everything from outside all the way in here to process everything over and over again. yeah, one inventory full at a time from 6 whole double chests worth. So that's a minimum of like 12 trips back and forward, really. It's a crazy making, so we need to make that more efficient in order to do more mining trips in the future. So that's what I'm going to ponder over next. Okay, so we're now back in a creative world here, and I thought I'd just do a couple of little tests to see if I could figure out a way to automatically unload and process everything from the drilling machine. Now, unloading, easy. Portable storage interface, just glue this guy on here, and when the two come to interact, whoops, they come back up, they'll do the kissy thing, and we can either offload that into a vault or straight onto a belt. Either, doesn't really matter. This is where things get complicated. So much stuff comes out of here, and it's so varied depending on where you've been drilling. So the basic concept here is, yeah, we offload everything into a vault and then transport it to near the house where we would sort everything, and yeah, this is where it gets really complicated. So some stuff we just need to send straight into the crushing wheels. The input chest is right there. That's straightforward enough. We could set up filters to make that happen. Then some stuff we would filter out that won't get processed at all, just put into bulk storage. So the stuff like dirt and sandstone, etc., that could come over the top of this belt. Then I built this extra wing on the side of the house, kind of bulk storage. It's got a funky door. I thought this was really cool. And yeah, we can pull straight off the belt with these smart chutes with filters on them and only pull out the stuff that we need, and it will go straight into storage there. So that's how we would handle that. Now this is where things get really complicated, because obviously there's all the different types of rocks, and I put in 5 filters here. I just gave up after this point because I realized how complicated it's going to be. There's something like 20 different types of rocks in the game, and we've discovered and regularly uncover more and more all the time. Each one of those would require its own filter. Each one of those filters would then need to go into a 2x2 crafter, automatic crafter, that would turn it into cobble, and the cobble would then go into a washing station, and the washed output from there would have to then be transported all the way back to the crushing wheel and crushed to get our ores. And it's the scaling up of that cobble generation that is the major issue here, just because there's like 20 different types and it would require all this extra power, and it just became way overcomplicated. So I think we're gonna step back from this. Actually, I like this concept of offloading and putting into a vault here, but I'm pretty convinced we can do something at this end and simplify processing with a bit more of a manual approach, and then manually transport stuff back to the house once it's been processed over in this area. So we're back in survival, and I've prepped a bunch of materials I think I'm going to need in here. We're all good to go. So we're definitely going to need to clear out a fair bit of land here, I think, to make room for this thing. If we're going to keep this as the storage place, which I think we are. Makes sense. I don't want to put it too far away from the house, because ultimately I am going to transport things back to the home, either eventually automated or manually. Once it has been processed right here. So I don't want it to be too far, but I don't want it too close because it may not look nice. So step number 1, the thing that we know we definitely need 100% is the portable storage interface. So let's drop one of those in. That's going to go like there. And the other one probably like that. That should do. And we are going to need some power over here eventually. We've got a couple of options, but we'll probably do that last once we figure out exactly what it is that needs power and where it needs it. So we're going to do this from a working process perspective. So we're going to think this through. We're definitely going to pull this directly into a vault, I think, and it's going to need to be quite a big one. I want it to, in one go, pull everything out. So a quick Google about a vault to see how much it holds. One vault holds 20 slots, which is 2 more than a single chest. So that's 2 chests. Oh boy, we might need to do this like a 3x3 like that. 9. Because what we want to get to is we need 24 to hold everything. That's expensive. Maybe we just do a 2x2 vault, like so. And it's 3 wide like that. That's 12. That'll hold, as far as I'm aware, half the capacity of this. and I can do it in 2 batches. That seems fair. At least that's cheaper. We can always upgrade it later. All right, for now, let's keep this affordable because 12 volts, that's a lot. Okay, so we have a chute, and we're already at the point where we need to remove some land. So I'm going to pull out my shovel and do a bit of clearing. Actually, what am I thinking? I'm probably going to need an area about the size of this machine. I'm just going to move this forwards and run it for a couple of blocks down. That should probably do fine. So I'm actually going to take this all down. Okay, let's turn this on. Oh, there it goes. It's already going down. 1. Okay, let's bring it up. That's probably good. Okay, fair bit of landscaping, manicuring later, and we got a nice hole to start working in. Always have to taper the edges of these things. If you stick to the vertical holes, like a slight disruption in the outside just means that you cause these cave-ins with all the gravity effects of dirt and gravel, and it just breaks everything. So it's always wise to taper this off a little bit, and then on top of that, we're going to be putting in some retaining walls of stone bricks, basically, so that we are sure it's not going to cave in on itself. But for the time being, this will do until we know the shape of what it is we're making. Okay, so my idea was to kind of make this bit manual, to put a bunch of smart chutes underneath with levers on them that are having them powered, like so. And we could put filters on them so we can, on demand, draw out only what we want. Kind of similar to what we did with the tree farm over here with the logs. So we just put a filter on these guys and pull out exactly what we want when we want it. That way we can manually process things like the cobble, because the cobble needs crafting and there's so many different types. There's no point in auto crafting all of the different types of cobble from the rocks. So we're going to do that manually, pull out all of the cobble types using a filter, manually craft them, and we'll be standing there and throwing them into a washing station once they're crafted into cobble. So we're going to need like a washing station there. I'm actually going to move this down a level because that's a bit tight, isn't it? So let's say this would be the cobble here. Cobble is the first thing we will process. We'll pull out all the cobble, craft it, all the stone, craft it to cobble and eventually throw the stone. The stone is going to land right there. So we need a washing station. We're going to need a chest here. We're going to need a water source there and a fan there. And a chest right here. Let's put that on there. Make sure the arrow is facing the right way. Good, it is. So I'll probably have a double chest of stuff there. We'll be throwing it. Where are we going to be standing? Here. We'll be throwing it right there. So let's make it too wide like that. Okay. So the water is going to come here. So that's the next new problem. Getting water here. And our water source we're going to be able to use for this is the one we've already diverted for the tree farm, which is over here. It's right down here. So this is Y74. It should be plenty high enough. Yeah, it's way down there, and we need to get it to maybe here. Y70, yeah, dropping down 4 blocks. That's good. I'm gonna do a bit of trench digging and make sure we can get this water in the right place easily enough. Okay, trench is dug. Let's go let out the water. See if it all works as planned. Here we go. Down it goes. And perfect. It's probably going to get messy. Oh no, look at that. Okay, so we need a fan there. Yoink. Just like that. It's going to blow across here. We can block that off. We're going to be throwing stuff here. It's going to get blown and filtered into there. Then we're going to need to take the output of this chest and transfer it to a crushing wheel. We need another funnel on this side. that's going that way. Oh, look at that. Anything that goes in this side, whoop, should pop out right there with a storage buffer in between. We can also specify how much stuff comes out of here, so don't spit out more than 16 things at once in order to control the rate at which it goes into the crusher, depending on how fast we can make that crushing wheel. So then we're going to need some belts, right? They're going to need to go down here. Now, crushing wheel I did over in the house was vertical. We can see the gears in the back spinning there into the back of the wheels. But I am aware you can sort of just like, you know, place them horizontally. So we're going to give that a go. Of course, we're going to need to make another set of crushing wheels in order for this to work. So I've plumbed all this back in, and if we connect this back up, we have overstressed the system. Okay. Oh, there we go. Just connected it to a slower cog. Still going pretty fast though. Wow. Awesome. I can disconnect this monstrosity. I might leave the this massive crafter up here for the time being, just in case we can connect it up again in the future. So we're going to need a belt coming along here. As far as I'm aware, we can literally put the crushing wheels either side here. Like so. Okay, so off the back of this, we're going to want to store this stuff efficiently without going all in the ground, right? So we're probably going to want a couple of chest array, and I think something we've not done before here, we could try, is... do we have any more fans? We do. Good. Setting a fan up vertically. If the fan goes vertically, and we have a couple of chutes, we go shoot, shoot, shoot. Maybe one more. Like that. We can actually make these transparent. Like that. We would need a funnel going into it, like so. And then on top of that, you can put a chest, basically. Like so. So anything that ends up going in there should get blown up and go straight into the bottom of the chest. And then what we can do is we can build ourselves a little storage array here. And what I've done, I've made my very first hoppers in the game. These are kind of expensive. They require 5 ingots and a chest each. But essentially, we could just do this, right? There we go. So that's just like a transitory chest. It also forms part of the storage. So we have 4 double chests and hoppers there. So my thinking is the cobble, the stuff that gets washed here and collected in this chest. Stuff that doesn't need to get washed, just ground, we can offload into this chest as well, bit by bit. And then there's stuff that we're just going to want to store, like dirt and stuff like that. We're going to take out. We'll probably end up burning a lot of it. I'm thinking if we just have like a bulk storage of some kind, let's just make a bit more room. So something like that, that's just a bit of a manual offload, and I can just empty the stuff behind me and bulk transfer it out of my inventory into these chests right here. And that's pretty much it. That's our processing center in a nutshell. Now we need power, so we need power here, we need a lot of power here, on the belt as well, and also in this fan under here. And we've already bought water over here, right? And we've got this drop. This looks perfect for a water wheel setup. So I've made 3 water wheels because they're a lot cheaper than doing the windmill thing. So I'm going to try putting those in place, and we'll see how much we can scale up the power in order to get it fast enough to do what we want with this. And I'm going to try and supply the power underneath so it isn't super ugly on top. Okay, that's the wheels in place. They look a little bit ridiculous, but now we're going to funnel this water how we want it. There we go. So we've got 3 water sources. Well, 3 water flows, pushing that around. That should give us, each of these is 5 12 stress units. Okay, off of this side, we've taken power to power the fan, make sure it's heading the right way. So now we have stuff that's going to go in here. Oh, see that? Got pushed through. And get stuck in there right now because this is not on. Right, now we need to take the power out of here and scale it up. Okay, take the power from there to there. And we've overstressed the system immediately. Okay, it's just going too fast. Okay, 5 water wheels. Let's see if this actually works. Awesome. Okay, let's scale up our stress units a bit. Let's connect everything back up and see if it works. Okay, we've actually made it even faster. We stepped it up 1 more. I think all those wheels give us a lot more power than we thought. Does the belt need to be moving? Let's get the belt moving. We can power the belt with this. The wrong way, right? Oh no, it's going the right way. Check it out. Yes, there we go. The belt had to be moving. Stuff went in there. That's fantastic. Alright. Well, I've just got to connect this fan back up because I messed up this side. And we're good to go. Okay, that's everything hooked up. Fan is pumping, belt's going, the grinder's grinding, storage is storing. Next, we just got to get some filters on these things and tidy this up a little bit. But this is looking good. This is a fully functioning processing center, almost. Let's get it finished. Okay, I think we're finally there, and it's looking tidier. So, yeah, everything's been tidied up quite a lot. We put all of our filters on, and we put some signs in place. The first thing we do is take the rocks out, the filter on there for all the rock types, turn it into cobble and wash. Then we go dirt into the chests, we go sandstone and gravel. We can either chuck that in there or in the chest. Same with the gravel. And then everything else is here, which will mostly just be the ores at the end of the day, the raw ores that we pick up from doing specific mining. And again, those can go straight into the chest, get ground, and go straight off. I also made this platform, so we've got a more permanent place here to be able to house the machine. So it's just not precariously perched on scaffolding. Put in a bit of a floor and some walls across the back. We're probably going to encase this in a little building shortly. I had to make the this a little larger because I needed the space to put all the smart chutes on the outside. And finally, I got an inventory full of stuff here. We're going to go put a load of stuff in the chests upstairs in this machine manually, and we're going to simulate what it's like to get stuff out of here. So we're going to have a whole bunch of rocks. That's a pretty good selection of what we would usually get in an entire mining mission. And we're going to do a test run now. We're going to lift this up and down. No, we're not. We're going to turn it on because it isn't on. We're going to go up and down like that. That engages. We should be doing a kissy kissy. Everything's coming through the chute. We can see stuff flying through. It's unloading about as fast as we can unload, which is great. Then all of that stuff's going to end up in this vault, right? Nothing's coming out as yet. Then we're going to follow our own instructions and see how this goes. So first we're going to turn all of the rocks into cobble. I'm going to flick this switch. All of those are going to fall right out. Got a couple of different types here. Convert everything into cobble. Great. Just bung all of that in there. Like so. The cobble gets washed, it'll turn into the various small samples of things, which we've got filters for right here. That'll all end up going into here. You can see it's already happening. We've got bits and pieces flying out the back. There they go. Nice. They're all getting ground up. And in turn, those are going up the chute into here, and boom! Our first pieces of crushed ore straight from the cobble. And we would just dump all of the cobble on the ground here and process it all in our inventory and chuck it all out just like that. Get rid of the loose stone. Then we would come over here and we'd get the dirt out of the system. So let's get all the dirt out. Just put all that in the chest here. Dirt processed. Same with the sandstone and sand. There we go. That's all gone. Finally, the gravel. We can just grind it, I think. So if we want to make sand, for example, we could just put all of that in and it'll grind it into sand for us. Flint, so that we would just store away as well. Let me check my filter here. Yeah, we missed copper on there. Okay, that's all good. Put that back on, and we can chuck that back in, and that'll now go through and get processed. Fantastic. And then anything that's left is just the ores and things, which will all come into our inventory. We can just dump them straight in the chest. That'll go through, get processed as well. And everything will end up in here. Boom, we got our sand that we made. Raw iron, raw copper, raw gold. Nice. Really interesting. That's a really good system. And it dramatically speeds up what I was doing before. Like, it literally took several Minecraft days to process a full inventory worth of stuff. I reckon now with all of this, we could probably do it in like 5-10 minutes. So, now for the real test. We're going to go out in the world and actually fill this thing up and then bring it back and see how long that's going to take. And if you remember earlier on in the episode, we were saying we're trying to get to steel, and the way to get there was we need to make a crucible, and we need a fire clay, and for fire clay we needed graphite and kaolinite. And kaolinite we realised we could get from crushing pink sand, which we're going to go out and find shortly. The other thing we needed was graphite, right? We hadn't found any graphite there. It's only in the world, and I've looked this up now. So it only spawns inside gneiss, marble, quartzine, and schist rocks. So none of those rocks are anywhere near the biome that we inhabit here, this part of the world. So we need to go to one of the far-flung parts of the world, take our machine with us, and do a bit of a mining expedition. So I'm going to prep for that, and we're going to see if we can go out in the world and find it. I was so completely distracted by that task that my peach trees came into bloom, gave fruit. Oh, there's the last of the cherries, and they've all just died. The entire season passed us by without me noticing. Crikey, it's July 5th already. Well, the good news is I didn't have to travel too far to get to some pink sand. I knew I'd seen these before. There's a pink sand beach 1,000 blocks down the coast. Wasn't too much of an effort to get here. So I think I'm probably gonna actually use the machine. I'm gonna set it up here and just drill all the sand out of the earth. Okay, let's see what we get. Don't know how deep the sand is, probably not very, but this is way better than using the durability on my shovel. And pink sandstone, check it out. We have never had that before. Okay, there we go. Pink sand, and the sandstone we can turn into sand as well. Got a pretty decent amount there. That should do us for the time being, and we know where to come back if we ever need any more. So when we're checking out our pink hole over here, we did notice some sparklies just down here. A little bit on the cheaty side, but I don't know how else I would discover this stuff. There's diamond down there, and there's gold over there if we want it, which I don't think we do. Because with that, I think we can make graphite. She's back up to the surface. Let's have a little sneaky peek at what we actually managed to get here. Whoa, there's tons of diamonds in this wall. We started mining them about here. And we went all the way through this, and it continues this way. So it's sort of like a big diagonal vein going all the way down, and there's more there if we want it, which is great. How much did we get? I think we're full, because there was stuff on the floor. Conglomerate rock, that's all the pink sandstony stuff. Okay, here we go. Kimberlite. Kimberlite is, we can grind it into diamond powder. And diamond powder, we can grind it into graphite powder. Fantastic. 1616, got a couple there. Oh, great. Oh, we've got tons of it. This is fantastic. Well, we're out of storage here for the time being. This is all full, so we're going to take this back. I did pick up some really cool logs, some kapok logs. It looks like purple wood, and a much lighter orange palm log there for decoration purposes. That was really successful. Two things we needed ended up being right next to each other. Who would have thought? Now we're back home. Let's put our processing station to the test. I think we're ready to go. Let's do the thing. Left the switch on. Well, we know we want to process this. We want to crush all the pink sand. And from that we should get kaolinite coming in here. There it is. Here we go, new recipes. Sweet. Haha, that's really good. I'm guessing the sandstone we can also crush into sand if we wanted more. So we might do that. Right, let's follow our process. So number one, we're going to do all the rocks. Okay, step one is complete. We've emptied all of the rocks, turned it into cobble, and ground everything. And this is what we got. Let me just organize this chest real quick. Okay, so from the pink sand, we can get way more of that from the sandstone as well. We've got 30 kaolinite, got some tin, we've got a lot of redstone, that's amazing. Iron, some gold, copper, nickel, and bismuth, all from, that's just from the cobble, basically. That's really, really good. So now step two, we're going to move all the dirt into chests. Okay, that's it. Everything is processed from an entire inventory of that in probably about 10 minutes once they get the hang of things. Looks like it's all still filtering through. But yes, we have the graphite powder in there. Everything else is the diamond powder. That was an insane amount of diamond powder. Wow. Very happy with my processing station. Very happy indeed. Okay, we're back out in the tropical regions, further down south again, and I finally found some quartzine. Now, I've never had this type of rock before, I don't think. I've definitely not had very much of it, and I've not seen much of it in the world. So I think what I'm going to do is set up the mining machine here and just hope there's something down here. There's little deposits of sphalerite here on the surface, but we're not getting anything, so it must be quite deep. Sphalerite, lots of zinc. That's going to get us lots of zinc. We head off in this direction, see if we can find some more of that quartzine stone area. See if we can find a good graphite vein. Just in the water here, we've got some pretty big deposits of bismuthinite. That's promising, it's everywhere. And all the way down there it looks like too. In the bottom of the ravine. So I'm wondering if I can find a way to set the machine up here. If we can send it down into that ravine and see what we get out of it. There we go. We're launching it from the water now. That's something we haven't done before, but it works. Okay, I think we got most of the vein in that specific little spot we were drilling. Let's have a look. Chalk rock, okay. Chalk cobble that washes into malachite, bismuth, limonite for cast iron, magnetite. Ah, fantastic. There it is, bismuthinite. Got a good sample of that. We could get some more, because we can move over to the left, get a bit more. Let's do that. It's always good to check out caves when you find them, because you can prospect pick a little deeper and see if anything turns up. Ooh, what's that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's have a little freak out in. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's absolutely stunning. Absolute death trap. Look at all the mobs down here. No minerals in sight, but my word, what incredible scenery. Let's very carefully step away, make our way back to safety. Okay, looks like we've wandered out of the quartzine area, into this sort of clay stone stuff. This is not the area where we're going to be spawning graphite, so we've got to head back. If we can't find anything on the way back, we'll go back and get the rest of that cast iron stuff. Yep, no bueno. Okay, we're going to dig up this cast iron stuff right here. And once our chests are full, we're going to head on home. Home sweet home. And a little surprise for you all, I did some decorating. I put a building around our ore mining processing center. I had a kind of limited block palette. This is kind of what's put me off doing more of the house, is I'm not quite happy with the diversity of blocks I have available, and I only want to do it once. I want to wait until I've got some more material types. But I thought this was a lower risk thing. Yeah, what do you think? Tried to make the best of it. That's where our interface goes, in that little hole. When we align everything, let me pop in a free cam, show you around. So I kept it with a sort of a turret on the roof for the interface point. Rather like these andesite scaffoldings, andesite alloy scaffolding. They're rather cool, making it feel like sort of industrial windows. And yeah, just tried to go with a bit of a slanty roof with a bit of like a drainage gutter. Yeah, making the best of what we got. I could probably, like I did on the top roof, I could probably use some cobble slabs in some of these places instead of just a granite brick. Try and break it up a little bit, but that's as far as I got so far. And I'm pretty happy with it. Actually, let me show you inside. There's two front doors, so you can come in this side, right here. You look across more of this scaffolding to get past the really dangerous bits. And yeah, inside's all styled up as well. Pretty happy with how that turned out. You can even get up here into the little turret area if you want it. I love it. So let's dock our machine. Let's show you what this looks like with the machine in situ, actually. Yoink. There we go. That's what it looks like when the whole thing is in place. And let's do our thing and get it offloading all of the stuff. Here we go, it's already flowing in. Great. So we're going to process all this and see what we get out of it. Okay, so our goodies this time. Tons and tons of bismuth, crushed raw iron, some more redstone, copper, zinc. Yep. And a bit more over here. Iron, bismuth, and zinc. And obviously that hopper's going to have a load of stuff in it. So I'm going to move all this indoors. We're definitely going to need more storage. I think we're already maxing out our storage capacity with all of these ores that we're getting. So that bulk storage wing that I built in my creative test world before throwing away all my experiments, we may have to build that. But all of that will have to wait for another time because we are out of time for this episode. Boy, did we achieve a lot. We have really gone out into the world and made mining an absolute breeze and made processing our mined elements even easier. I'm super happy with this. We've got a first complete build on the server at last. We'll get around to the house eventually, I promise. We're just going to see what other materials we can find. And we found kaolinite and we found graphite, which means we can make some fire clay. So we're going to play around with that next episode, see what we can do with the crucible. That's going to make a big difference, I think. And look, all of the crops have grown and my apple and olive trees are coming into bloom already because it's probably nearly the end of summer. Yep, late summer. There we go. Wow, time has really flown and we've achieved a lot. I'm super happy. So if you enjoyed this one, please do give us a like. And if you want to see what we get up to next time, then please subscribe. And we'll see you all in the next episode.